Welcome. In this session, I will explain looping. What is looping? Repeated execution of statements is called looping. If we execute the repeatedly, that is called looping. Branching means what? It will execute the statement only once. Suppose if I write if A greater than B, C out A is large. It will execute only once. That is branching. In looping, statements will be executed repeatedly until condition become false. Here, same body of the loop will be executed many times, depends on your condition. When it is false, then only it will go to next statement. Example for looping is what here? While loop, do while loop and for loop. First let us see while loop. In while loop, statements will be executed until condition becomes false. When it is false, it will go to next statement. It is a top testing statement, pre-test statement. First condition will be evaluated. If condition is true, it will execute the statements. When condition is false, then only it will go to next statements. You see in while condition body. In condition, anything we can write here. It may be relational logical expression. Within the body, we can write any number of statements here. If condition is true, it will execute the body. When condition is false, it will go to next statement. Repeatedly, it will execute the statement. When it is false, it will go to next statement. That's why it is called what here? Entry controlled loop. Another do while loop is there. Exit controlled. Here, very first statement should be executed at least once, irrespective of condition. In bottom, it will check the condition. That's why it is called what here? Bottom testing statement, also called post-test statement. The main difference between while loop and do while loop, in while loop we cannot execute the statement at least once, irrespective of condition. But whereas in the case of do while loop, we can execute the statements at least once, irrespective of condition, because it is bottom testing statement. In while and do while loop, you have initialization, condition, and increment or decrement or expression will be written separately. But whereas in the case of for loop, within the single statement, we can write all these things. First initialization, then condition, then updation. Initialization means that I is equal to 1, I is equal to 0, and so on. Condition means that I less than equal to n. Updation, I is equal to I plus 1, I plus plus. In for loop also, statements will be executed repeatedly until condition become false. When it is false, it will go to next statement. You see the for loop for initialization, expression, test expression, update expression. Suppose if I write for I is equal to 1, semicolon, I less than equal to n, semicolon, I plus plus. Initially, it will take I is equal to 1. If I value less than equal to n, it will execute the body. If there is only one statement is there, no need to use the braces. If there are set of statements are there, those statements should be written within braces. After executing the body, it will go to update expression. Then again it will go back to test expression. If it is true, again it will execute the body. After that, again it will go to update expression. Then test expression. When it is false, then only it will go for the next statement. You see while loop, while test expression, body. First test expression will be evaluated. If condition is true, it will execute the body. Update expression. After that, it will not go to next statement. Again, it will go back to test expression. If it is true, again update expression will be executed, and so on. When it is false, when test expression is false, it will go to next statement. Next to do while loop. You see now, do a set of statements in between do and while is called a body of the do while loop here. First, directly it go to update expression because it is bottom testing statement. After that, it will go to test expression. If test expression is true, again set of statements will be executed in between do and while. When it is false, then only it go to next statement. The main difference between while loop and do while loop is what here. In while loop, we cannot execute the statement at least once irrespective of condition because it is top testing statement. Whereas in the case of do while loop, we can execute the statement at least once because it is bottom testing statement. Next, jumping statements in C++. Jumping statements are break. When break statement is referenced, it will come out of the loop or switch statement outside. Below the break statements will not be executed, but the break statement can be used either in looping statements or in switch statement. Continue statement. It'll when it is referenced, it will go to corresponding condition without executing the below the continue statements. Go to statement. This is unconditional branching statement. Go to label. You have to write. Already explained. Go to X. X is not a variable. It's a label. Where X is exists, it will go there without executing the below the statements or go to statement. Return. Transfer the control from function to corresponding main program. Next to the main program. You can transfer the values also. Return of 10 from function to your main program. Here some questions are there. Which loop process is best used when the number of iteration is known? For loop, while loop, do while loop. All looping process require that the iteration be known. Answer this question. See you in the next session.